Hey, man.
Hello.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, my name's Nev. Willie?
Yes, Willy.
Yeah,
Hello, Nick.
good to meet you, man. Oh, you're in the studio.
Yes, I'm running this studio after all.
Wow. That's cool,
Yeah,
man.
this is my studio.
That's much nicer than mine.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, it's yeah, one sec. Yeah, cool. Hey, it's really cool you could join us on the show, man. Thanks for hanging out
Absolutely. My pleasure, man.
on a Sunday. It's Sunday there, right? Sunday evening?
Yes. And it's 7 p.m. in
Okay.
Taiwan.
And is it still daylight? Or is it
No daylight by now.
okay, all right. I'm seeing on TV like other places in the world that
Yeah.
it's like 10 o'clock and it's just the sun starting to go down.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
me because I don't get out of the country at all. So but that's cool. That's cool. Man, I gotta say, I'm pretty damn excited that
Hmm?
Bloody Tyrant are going to be touring Australia with Freedom of Fear. And
Yeah.
man, yeah, are you excited about it?
Absolutely. I'm always excited about touring around the world.
Have you been here before?
In Australia,
Yeah.
as a teenager, back into around 1998 or
Wow.
20 or 2000.
Let's go.
I've been in Brisbane with my family.
Ah,
Uh, yeah, as a just a tourist.
wow, man. So when did you say? Like 98 to 2000?
Probably I can't remember yet. Or maybe 2000, 2003
Okay.
or four. Yeah, I can't remember the
A long
exact.
time.
Yeah, but being in Brisbane before,
Yeah,
Golden Coast, that's really, really beautiful.
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm
Yeah,
well, yeah, I'm on the Gold Coast, man. So yeah, yeah. But that's it's exciting, man, because you're also going to be playing Necrosonic Festival while you're here too, and doing the
absolutely.
run. Man, so
Exactly.
much. You're cramming so much in, but I guess it's been a while since you've been here. What are
Mhm.
you most excited about other than playing the shows? What are you excited about playing down
Um, I'm always a, I'm always excited about meeting people outside of the country and seeing different scenario all over the world, especially um we I consider ourselves as a touring band because we always love traveling and we
here?
somehow very good at it. 2 years ago, we touring in Europe for 40 days, and 40 days we have 30 gigs, and we drive ourselves, which is very exhausting and actually very fun. It's such a adventure.
I love that part. I do love it. I love going on tour and you're in a van with a bunch of other smelly, sweaty people
Yeah,
shouting and you just talking shit and just having a good time. It's the best. It really is.
absolutely.
But how was that after 40 days though? How did you all still like each other after the 40 days in a van?
Luckily, we have stronger connection between members and members. Well, I'm very lucky. We
Yeah.
don't have such a, you know, band members always have like issues between each other after like more than 10 gigs of touring.
Yep.
Everybody have opinion on the other guys. Like, hey, you're a dirty motherfucker, sort of things. Or somebody that doesn't want to wake up in time.
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't have such problems.
Mm. Everyone's on the level. I mean, you've been doing it a long time. You'd think after that amount of time, it sounds like Bloody Tyrant is a well-oiled machine.
I probably, but I never felt like we are experienced enough, since there are still a lot of experienced band with big name, big title over over there.
Mm.
So I hope we can have such a level one day in the future.
Man, I think you're going to do it. That's for sure. That's for sure. But of course, the Freedom of Fear guys and girls, I
Yeah.
should say, that crew, they are not only like I'm wearing the shirt, they are
Ooh.
not only like one of our best bands in this country, but they're
Mhm.
also good friends. They're amazing people. I think you're going to have the absolute best time with them. Were you aware of them before the tour got announced?
Um, I checked. I know the name of the band before, but after we know we're gonna tour with this band, I'm specifically searching out their music, their works. They are absolutely amazing. The overall technical and epic feel, it's amazing. I love it.
I think you're gonna love them as people too. Like that's the cool thing about them is they're just, as I said, amazing musicians, but just really good people. So
Mhm.
man, I played many shows with them in the past, and they're just yeah. I'm so stoked for you. That team up is just perfect. I wish I could do all the shows.
Also, very, very looking forward to meet them as well.
Yeah, oh mate. And of course, Necrosonic Festival in Brisbane.
Mhm.
That's gonna be unreal. That thing is massive. Um, they're playing it, you're playing it.
Check their lineup. They have Psychroptic. They have Psychroptic. I'm so excited about it.
They are unreal. Yes. Yes, Psychroptic are unreal. They're one of our best as well. My band's playing it, you're playing it, Psychroptic. We've got Freedom of Fear, Crypt. Who else? Mate, it's just the lineup is just stacked. Is there
Yeah,
anyone else on there that you're keen to see other than, Psychroptic and
yeah. I'm so stoked to, you know, having planning show, have a plan on tour, and especially have festival dates within it. Since festival always gathering a lot of bands and a lot of people.
man, it's gonna be a really big day. You, I,
I think so.
man, I think you're gonna have to pace yourself with the beers. You're a beer
Yeah.
drinker? You into your beers? Beers. Beer.
Of
Your
course.
be yeah. So of course, 'cause you're playing the next day as well on a boat.
Yes.
So
We happen to have a gig in France, which also will play on a boat. I mean, in a boat.
yeah.
It a bit wavy, but luckily it's not really sailing, so I'm not going to have nauseous problem like puking on the stage.
Drinking all the beers and then, that's
Yeah,
skill. There's a skill there.
same
So
thing.
yeah. Of course, your band has built up a strong following, and you continue to attract new fans, well, it seems, with every album cycle. For those who are new to Bloody Tyrant,
Yep.
how would you describe your music and where they should start? Because I'm new to you guys as well. So, and I love it. I've been cramming all your music in, and I think it's incredible.
We've we released a new EP with our new lineup. We have a like very massive lineup changing. 3 years ago. So the EP we released last year, I think is the way to start. And I would describe us as a Japanese, Taiwanese Japanese metal band because history. Taiwan have been ruined by Japan for such a long time in uh, many decades ago, and we have very very strong influence by Japanese culture and of course history. Since like Japanese make us have tap water, and Japanese built our railroad,
Mm.
and the best university in Taiwan also built by Japanese. And since we are all very stoked to history, we love history.
Yeah.
We consider us like a storyteller. So I always love to tell stories to our fans by using metal music.
I love that.
And adding like pipa, the instrument,
Yeah.
traditional instrument, which is pure luck because I happen to the reason I add pipa was a few years ago. I munching shit on the couch as a couch potato,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and TB, there was a music. No, there was a movie called House of Flying Dagger,
Yeah.
which is a very famous movie. But the title of this movie also a title of a classical solo piece of pipa. So that made me adding pipa into the music. Luckily, it's so easy to add into metal music. I don't know why not much people adding it. So it's pure luck to me. And even luckier, we have a very good pipa player as well.
That's awesome. That's so good. Man, it's interesting to me because over the last few years, I've noticed that there are a few more bands from
Mhm.
around the world, like the Who from Mongolia.
I love them.
Yeah, and there's bands from Europe as well that are really incorporating parts of their history and the traditional instruments and things like that in their music. And I think it's a really beautiful thing that these people, like yourself, are teaching today's generation about the history of their culture and things like that. Do you feel that that's a really important thing for you?
I think it's even more important in Taiwan because there are few political and historical issues in Taiwan
Yeah.
make Taiwanese people some of Taiwanese people are a bit pro China, and we have the longest martial law before 1988. Yeah,
Yeah.
1980. We have the longest martial law in the world, the martial law history. So many of the Taiwanese culture, so many Taiwanese roots are vanished during that time. So after the KMT party take over Taiwan after the Japanese retreat back to Japan.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very important to tell people the story of Taiwan. And it's ironically when we were like senior high student and high school student, most of our history lessons were talking about China.
Wow.
Not much about Taiwan, which is a very sad thing. So I always searching for stories from Taiwan, especially our local stories. And I want to tell all these stories to people to let them know this tiny small island is very, very important in the first island chain, since we are in the middle of the first island chain. And also we have so much stories about ourselves, not just about China, not just about Japan. Even though like Japan is so have such an influence to Taiwanese people. And back in the days, I'm producing our album Myth of the Island.
Yeah.
It's all about indigenous story in Taiwan. And I found that if I have kids, since I don't have kids now, if I have kids, I'm not going to have any like bedside stories for him or for her. So I'm started searching folklore stories within Taiwan that not much people knows about it. And if you're talking about like Swedish bands or Finnish bands, they had you will definitely know they have Viking stories.
Yes. Yes.
All these stories will be the best side stories for kids. All the people knows that, but not in Taiwan. This situation will not happen in Taiwan, which makes me very sad about it. So I started telling stories.
I love how passionate you are about that, and I think that is super important, especially in this day and age with, social media and all the, I guess, the influences from, TV and film and what people are seeing on TikTok and stuff like that, that even I feel like even our own history here in Australia is just getting drowned out by
Mm-hmm.
the modern media. And I think that bands like yourself have such an important part to play in
Mm-hmm.
teaching the next generation about history and things like that. So
Okay.
I think it's what you guys are doing. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Talking about social media, I would say I'm trying to take it as advantage on um publishing all this kind of stories to people, to our fans who also like metal, folk, folklore story, history, and combine it all together to people.
is it the same with the scene over there? Like,
But
are there other bands that are following that path as well? Like in the metal scene and music scene in Taiwan, are there other bands doing that?
not much. But the most iconic band in Taiwan, which also telling story, would be Thonic.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
They the album we're producing by now have the same the story telling will be at the same period of time, which one of Thonic's album telling, but with different point of view.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm.
So is that album like, is it finished?
I just working on it since I'm still sitting in studio.
I've interrupted you and your workflow on a Sunday. Oh,
That also actually this interview let me take a rest.
man. Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just grabbing my mouse and keyboard for such a long time.
Your hands like starting to cramp up. You're like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're crazy when you hear the same. So I
Kept
feel
up for many, many months and clicks. All the hell days.
man. Yeah, but hey, is it how far off do you think it is? Will we hear some stuff on this tour?
Yes, and actually the album is very close to releasing. It's
Okay.
the final. It's almost final state of producing it. So I think you guys will hear some songs in this album when we're touring in Australia.
That's very exciting. That's super exciting.
Also very excited to um feel very excited to play new songs.
Have you done it yet? Have you played some of those songs anywhere else?
No,
Oh, so we're the first.
absolutely.
I feel lucky. That's going to be unreal. How good's that?
I hope you guys will like it.
Oh, we will, mate. I think the Aussies are going to go so crazy for you. It's going to be so good. It's going to be such a good tour. But of course, I mean, you've got a nice studio. You're an amazing bass player, but you're also an incredible producer by the scene, looks of things. That studio is amazing. So, do you record other bands? Is that what you do is that on the side?
Yes. I also record other bands in Taiwan, mostly in Taiwan. And since it's a commercial recording studio, mostly um, being I'll being a sound guy for rehearsing, for professional rehearsal. Some popular singer would come here for rehearsing their concert.
Okay.
So I not have like consoles and gigantic. There's a window actually. This is a window. I have a gigantic rehearsal room, which is very lucky for me. I found this place. The first the first thing comes to my mind is to construct a studio here. Otherwise, this place is it has been empty for more than 10 years.
Wow. So you built it.
I mean, the inside construction
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
studio. I hired a professional studio building teams to build this studio, like soundproofing and acoustic treatment, sort of things.
Man. And who would you say is the biggest person you've worked with over there?
A indigenous singer who is nominated by GMA in Taiwan.
Okay.
And he, as a producer, um, to recorded other singers uh, single by here. Oh, and also a indigenous people. Somehow I have so many clients. They are indigenous people. A GMA who got GMA award a few years ago, and they rehearsal here.
That's really cool. Man, I'm gonna have to come over and bring some beers and you have to show me around.
Absolutely,
We ever make
always
it.
always welcome.
Man, I'd love to do it. I'd love to go over there. Is the scene really good? Do you have a really strong metal scene there?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
Um, it's also historical problems since back in the days, rock and metal was thriving
Hmm.
during 80s.
Yes.
But during that time was still in martial law.
Yeah, true.
So rock and metal thing um rock and metal music is not easy to get into Taiwan. The only way rock and metal music can come to Taiwan would be like students who study abroad and they see, oh shit, they are like Motley Crue,
Yeah, yeah.
Guns N' Roses. and they think all those Taiwanese students would think, "Oh shit, this are so fucking cool," and they get take all this kind of information back to Taiwan. So that's why Taiwan don't have such a big rock and metal scenario.
So how did you how what was your introduction to metal and rock? Like where did that begin for you?
It started from Linkin Park.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's many Taiwanese metal musicians who's like uh, have the same experience. Started from Linkin Park, and things getting heavier.
Okay.
Like Linkin Park is not heavier enough for us. We're always praising for heavier bands or brute, which bands are even more brutal. So the first time I see Cannibal Corpse, I was blown away. I mean, what the heck are they doing? They're so fast and singing, the growling so low.
Neck.
Yeah, vicious neck.
Yeah.
And the album covers, it's the whole horror thing, and it's this kind of experience always make us dig in deeper into the whole metal stuff.
Love it. That's that's awesome. From Linkin Park to Cannibal Corpse, like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
quite the journey. But hey, you start somewhere, man. Like you,
yeah.
they're, they
Always,
are,
you always have to start somewhere.
yeah, 100%. They're like, I'm personally not a fan of Linkin Park, but I respect that they are a gateway for so many people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're 100%. They played their part. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you take your
Yep.
steps into different stuff and things like that. That's cool, man. I love hearing those stories. I love hearing that how people get into metal, you know,
Yeah.
and passing it on.
Yeah, and keep digging in, and then you will know, like, uh, black metal,
Mm,
thrash metal, to like into that kind of rabbit hole. You're
yes.
thinking something heavier and something have more epic feels, like Nightwishes, not like Nightwish and Demo Borgia, which also have which also a huge influence to me.
Yeah, and the production on Dimu's amazing too.
Ooh, they're amazing.
Yeah, man, I'd love to see him again. So have you opened for any big bands over there that have you had this any
Opening.
thoughts? Yeah.
We've been supporting band for Fitzroy
Oh,
2 months ago in Japan.
that would have been fun. They're fun.
They are very fun. And biggest band with opening for will be Equilibrium
Oh, cool. Yeah, great band.
in 2017. We're opening for them in Taiwan, and we travel to Japan also as a supporting band for Equilibrium.
That's awesome. But who is there one band on your list that you'd love to tour with?
On the list would be Knee Obelisk Scouts.
Oh, see the Aussie
Oh
connection.
wait, yep. We actually opening for them in 2013.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good dudes. Good guys. Australia. There you go.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna love it, man. I think you're gonna have such a good time. I love that, you've dropped Socroptic, near Obliviscaris. Man, you just might as well just move here, you know?
Yeah,
But
I'm so excited.
yeah, yeah, I'm excited too, brother. I'm excited too. But of course, you got the new album cooking. What else is on the cards for after your visit down here in Australia?
Sorry.
Sorry. What else have you got planned after your visit to Australia?
Um, Tour in Japan again. in the end of September with Gopiklani.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm very looking forward to it. Since Gopiklani, I've listened to Gopiklani when I was a high school student. The age in the age of a boy with who cannot drink alcohol, but I'm listening to alcohol songs all the time.
Yeah. Oh man, now you can. Now
Yeah,
you're gonna. It's gonna.
and binge drinking. I finally got the chance to binge drinking beer with Gopiklani.
Man, yeah, that's gonna be a long hangover.
Mm.
But man, very excited to see you down here in Australia. We're gonna have all the links to the tour down here and on the website. Willie,
Yep.
oh, thanks for hanging out, man. We'll see you in Brisbane.
Thanks, mate. Looking forward to seeing you guys.